Hey guys, Mad Theories here. Now, I was thinking, does anybody remember Madara's little brother Izuna Uchiha? Now, if anybody was thinking or wondering, I mean, even though nobody probably really cares, but if anybody was thinking like, okay, in the war, Madara and his brother, before I even go into the war, like Madara and his brother, like they trained a lot and they awakened their Sharingans together. They awakened it together. Now, the thing is, it's that Izuna Uchiha, after when Madara used up his Sharingan and something happened with Izuna, he took his brother's eyes and he started to use it. And then who killed him? I think Tobirama killed him. I can't remember. For sure, but I think Tobirama killed Izuna. And then that's when, it was Madara was all alone and stuff. But the thing is, it's like, for people to have, if anybody was thinking or wondering, it's like, okay, if Izuna and Madara was like Itachi and Sasuke, shouldn't Madara have had some sort of like feeling or special connection? Like, well, he's my brother, and yeah, he was flipping out at the time, like, he's my brother, and he told Hashirama, he said, well, listen, I lost a lot of people. You need to kill Tobirama or off yourself, like that. And after for a while, Hashirama, he was like, well, then I'm gonna off myself. Ayo, Toby. He said, yo, I need you to look after the village and make sure the dream is alive. And then he was like, no, don't do it. And that's when Madara was like, oh my god, like, he's really gonna do it and stuff. And then that's when he told him, he said, wait, don't do it and stuff. But here's the thing about the whole situation. It's like, after when all was said and done, and when Madara, used the Susanoo and stuff, you gotta really understand and think that, was that really his? Because you gotta keep in mind, because the story says that either Izuna gave him his eyes, or he took them. I think Madara probably took them. I don't know. It's like a hard question, but I think he probably gave it to him. I think he probably gave him his eyes and stuff because he couldn't do it. So if you really think about it, the stuff that we were seeing, like his Mangekyo, Sharingan, all of that came from Izuna. Like, sure, he had his own, but it's like it came from Izuna, because it's like they said that I think he lost his eyes or something. I think he lost either one of his eyes or he lost an eye. And that's when he took them from Izuna and stuff, and then that's when Izuna was killed and he was buried and stuff. So it's like most of his power basically came from him. Because if it was like the other way around, where if Itachi died and he gave his eyes to Sasuke, Sasuke would have had some sort of crazed out abilities. Because it was like when Sasuke went blind, and that's when Obito was like, oh, okay, let's hook you up with some Sharingan, which we don't even know what Sharingan he got. Like, sure, he had his power and everything was already awakened and whatnot, but it was like, what Sharingan did he get? Because he went blind. So it was like, what did he have? What did he have? Was it his own and stuff? So it's like same with Madara. Sure, he took his brother's eyes, but it was and then he made it his own. So basically, evidently, his power was his brother's. He just took his brother's power and made it his own, and then he just came out of nowhere and amplified and was doing all crazy stuff. But it makes you wonder, if Izuna was alive and he was doing that crazy, I think Izuna would have been. It would have been interesting to see Izuna crazier with it, but he wouldn't have been no Madara. Madara was the superior fighter and stuff, because it's Izuna's dead, and the reason why Izuna was never resurrected was because he doesn't have any eyes. He doesn't have any Mangekyo Sharingans. He doesn't have none of that because it's Madara's. It's owned by the property of Madara Uchiha. So it's it's kind of messed up, because it's Madara didn't really care. He only cared about winning the war. Like, I understand because you're fighting the Senju clan. So it's like you want to win the war because your people is getting slaughtered. Like Harashirama told me, they slaughtering it and stuff. And it really proves and shows that in the story and in the manga how powerful the Senju was. Because sure, you had what they said, ocular power versus physical paralysis or physical strength or something, but it was really tough because it's like you got all of them who's using ocular power, genjutsus off the bat and whatnot, with Kekkei Genkais and next level jutsus, while you have the Senju clan who derives off of power, tactician, strategy, and you know, all this other stuff. And it was like, you know, it was a battle. It was like a crazy battle. So you know, and it ended to the result of Madara having his brother's eyes, and you know, he's just doing all that crazy stuff with it. A lot of crazy stuff. And it was like, you know, it would have been so interesting to see. But since people was already saying that Izuna looked like Sasuke, I'm going as far to say is that Izuna, well, I can't say that Izuna was like a Sasuke and he had like Sasuke's abilities, because it's like it wouldn't really make too much of a sense because Sasuke is the reincarnation of Indra. So he most likely would have like some stuff of what Indra would have, and Izuna just looked at like Sasuke and probably didn't have like the stuff that he had, but it would have been interesting, you know, because it's like when the war happened and Madara was talking to Sasuke, he was like, yo, you know, we're the last remaining Uchiha, son. Yo, come on my side, come on this winning side. Sasuke looking at him like, nah, you a murderer. Nah, I ain't with that. You're like, oh well, suit yourself. So he beat him. So it's crazy because it's like Madara killed Sasuke when he was blind. So it's like that's how that's how crazy Madara is. That's how powerful this man is. He didn't even need to do none of that extra stuff. He just said, whoop, took you down. And simple as that. And it was like, yo, my boy. And if you think about it, if like adult Sasuke versus Madara, I still say he wouldn't be able to beat him. People think saying that, well, he's probably surpassed him and stuff. Sure, Sasuke got that next level jutsu. I wouldn't even put it past him. I wouldn't even say Sasuke is like weak and he's not on levels. He's on levels. But when it comes down to Madara, Madara is on a whole different game plan. If it wasn't for that cop out, whole different game plan, you know. So it's like, you know, you gotta keep in mind, like Madara's like resources and his skills, it's out there. It's like it's pretty much is out there. So it's like when he had his brother's eyes, it's like, even though it would have been interesting to see his brother doing Susanoo and whatnot, doing all this other crazy stuff, but he didn't live long enough to even do none of this stuff. So it led it up to having Madara take over the mantle, and it was like, well, I have to finish everything. And eventually he did, because he defeated Hashirama, he defeated Tobirama, even though it took him years to do it, but he did it. He bit a piece of Hashirama's skin off and then, you know, healed himself, and then somehow, when he was on his near-death experience, awakened the Rinnegan and whatnot, then he just instantly transplanted it, gave it to Nagato. And the plan was for him to resurrect Nagato. No, the plan was for Nagato to resurrect him. So after he was resurrected, he can fully control the Akatsuki. It would have been interesting because it would have been interesting to see him resurrect, and then he's like, okay, I'm back to life, because it was like he was wondering when he came back. He said, yo, Obito, yo, what happened? I was supposed to get resurrected. Like what's going on here? And that's when he said, oh, Naruto messed it up. He told the Nagato some funny stuff, and you wasn't resurrected. Then that's when Madara was like, he looked at him, he was like, say no more, because you got the Rinnegan now. All I'm going to do is control you, and you're going to resurrect me and stuff, until eventually he got what he wanted. He had Obito resurrected him, but it would have been interesting to see him come back early, probably taking control of the Akatsuki and being like a Madara Uchiha. Then what? They're like, yeah, Madara Uchiha and stuff. And then at that moment, Itachi would have went back and told the Leaf Village of what was probably going on, because Madara's He's levels. He's levels beyond levels and whatnot. The strongest person in there and whatnot. Itachi would have a hard time trying to beat this man because he'd be looking at him. He was like, where you going? Who you telling? Who you telling? Like, you ain't ready for me. You ain't ready for me. You gonna get these hands. You are not ready for me. And that's exactly what he would have done. Itachi is a very skillful ninja. He's a very skillful ninja and whatnot, but he isn't on Madara's levels. That's just that. He is not on Madara's levels. He's not on Madara's levels. You know, the best bet he can do was to probably use some sort of signal and just signal everybody and be like, Madara's, he's resurrected and whatnot. That would be like his only thing. But yeah. But it's like the reason why Izuna was never mentioned or never was resurrected because it's like he has no eyes. Madara has his eyes. Madara has his eyes, and it's just that, well, you know, he wasn't resurrected, and because Madara had his own goals. Now, I would say, like the whole goal of Madara, I would like for some sort of sick way. I would say like he was to do this for his brother. Like he's doing all of this, all the stuff that he's doing, like deep down inside, all the stuff that he was doing was for his brother. Was for his brother, because he was like, well, if I make the world at peace, as what he thought, if I make the whole world at peace and everything is done, then, you know, I've done what I've needed to do, and this is for you, brother. Like, I've done all this for you, because he would have had everything that he would have wanted. But I would have said deep down inside. But, you know, Madara was just the type of dude that, after when he had everything, even if there was his blood and his family, he was like, yo, I don't care about y'all, son. I don't care about y'all. Just give me your shot, nigga. Because it's like he didn't have a problem robbing Kakashi. He didn't have no problem. He said, where Obito at? What? Yo, hold on. I see what's that? Like a Sharingan just laying around him, but about not being used. Thank you. And he just robbed him of it, and then took it. And after 4 while went inside that little dimension space, and I was like, yo, it was freaking sick. That's why I said it's like Madara is a very crafty ninja, very skillful, very crafty ninja, taking anybody's Sharingan and using it and stuff. That's why I feel that this could have been his brother's Susanoo. All of this, like, except for the jutsus, no, but for the Sharingan itself, yeah, I believe this was his brother's. Like, this was definitely like his brother's and stuff that he was using and stuff, and just made it his own. He just made it his own and stuff, and so, you know, that's how that was, you know. But yeah, if you like what you heard and you heard what you like, please subscribe, share, all that wonderful stuff.